What is up everyone, my name is Sanyxs and welcome back to my channel. In this video we will be going over my top 10 picks for early game tames in ARK Survival Ascended. Hopefully this video can help you find what creatures you should start out by taming in ARK, and I hope you enjoy. Let's get started. For our number 10 spot, we have the Parasaur. The Parasaur is great at harvesting berries, which could make it a lot easier for you to farm those narcotics early. Using the Parasaur, you can also set up your own burglary alarm by putting it on turret mode, as it will tell you when enemies are nearby. You can tame a Parasaur easily by throwing a bowl on it and knocking it out with a couple trank arrows to the head. Plus, with a good amount of weight and decent speed, it makes for a great beginner tame. Let's get to number 9. For our number 9 spot, we have the Raptor. The Raptor is a very fast carnivore that you can easily tame with a bola and a couple trank arrows or slingshots to the head to get a great tame for harvesting early hide and meat. One of my favorite parts of the Raptor is the right click attack, which you can use to temporarily stun smaller enemies. All in all, a very underrated early tame and great for both defending your base and traveling. Time for number 8. Number 8, the Moschops. The Moschops is another very underrated creature, mainly because of its size. The Moschops can be found basically anywhere on the beach, and he will need any of these items to be tamed. When it's tamed, it can efficiently farm thatch, berries, fiber, and wood. As you level it up, you can also apply harvesting levels to increase its harvesting ability for leech blood, organic polymer, rare flowers, rare mushrooms, prime meat, prime fish meat, and lastly, mutton. Obviously one of the best early game tames for harvesting and farming. Now let's get to number 7. Number 7, the Triceratops. The main reason the trike is this high on the list is because it is relatively easy to tame early game, and it is great for harvesting berries, thatch, and wood. You can also use the trike for base defense, as it can easily fight off packs of raptors and even carnos. One of the best ways to tame these guys are to trap them using wooden billboards and knocking them out with trank arrow body shots, as they take less damage to the head. Now on to number 6. Number 6, the Beelzebufo. This frog is good for many reasons, but the most notable reason is how it can convert Meganeurus and Titanonerma soldiers and drones into cementing paste when you kill them with the frog. The frog is also great for movement, as they can jump really far, and also no oxygen stat plus good underwater movement for farming underwater resources like oil and pearls, or even to tame other underwater dinos. You can also easily tame the frog early by using a bola and some trank arrows. Now let's get to number 5. Number 5. The Doadicarus. The Doadicarus is without a doubt the most efficient way to farm stone in ARK Survival Ascended. It's pretty easy to tame as well because of its really slow movement speed, so all you have to do is walk backwards while pumping some tranks. There's really not much to say about the Doad other than it's a very crucial tame for farming one of the most important resources in the game. Let's get to number 4. Number 4, the Ankylosaurus. Just like the Doad, the Anky is a great tame for utility. Using the Anky, you can quickly farm heaps of metal, flint, crystal, obsidian, and stone. Paired with an Argentavis, you literally just have an overpowered farming machine. Also, just like the Doad, the Ankylosaurus is really easy to tame because of its slow speed. You can even use the Anky to fight off smaller dinos, like raptors, with solid stats in health and melee. Let's get on with number 3. Number 3, the Stegosaurus. A couple years ago, the Stego would not be on this list. But after the TLC upgrade, you can use the different plates on the Stego to farm wood, berries, and thatch. The Stego is also a very underrated creature for fighting, with solid health and melee. If you play PvP, the Stego is also amazing for soaking turrets, and it's incredibly easy to tame because of the slow speed. Before we get to the top 2 tames on this list, I would like to give a couple honorable mentions because there are a lot of good creatures that I haven't mentioned in this video that I feel like are worthy enough to mention. Honorable mentions. Lystrosaurus, one of the easiest tames in the game, tamed by feeding it berries in your 0 slot on your hotbar. The list row will give your tames free XP boosts when you pet it, which is obviously just a very useful ability, and considering it's so easy to tame, it's definitely worth it. Equus. Equus is an amazing tame for traveling and harvesting berries, but it's not on this list mainly because of how rare it is and how difficult it can be to tame. But still, a very solid creature if you can get your hands on one. Ichthyosaurus. The ichthy, or the dolphin, is the easiest water dino tame in ARK. All you need to do is feed it some raw meat from your 0 slot on your hotbar and you will have one of the fastest water dinos. You can use the ichthy to travel across the oceans of the ARK with ease. So yeah, those were my 3 honorable mentions for this video. Now let's get to the number 2 spot. Number 2, the Pteranodon. The Pteranodon is most people's first flyer in ARK. It can be found almost anywhere on the map, and you can knock it out using only a couple trank arrows to the head. The Pteranodon is one of the best creatures for adventuring around the map early game, and can be used to get your first bit of crystal, metal, and obsidian, but you need to be careful as the weight and the stamina, they're not great. After you get a Pteranodon, the game just becomes a lot easier in almost every aspect, as you can easily travel across the whole map in bare minutes. Now without further ado, let's get to the number 1 spot. This one might be very controversial, but for me, the number 1 spot is the Iguanodon. Without a shadow of a doubt, my favorite first tame in ARK. The Iguanodon is amazing for many reasons. With good weight, solid health and melee, good speed, and an infinite amount of stamina when running on all 4, it makes for an incredible traveling mount, while also being able to harvest berries and turn the berries into seeds to plant by holding E. The Iguanodon is also an insanely easy tame, as it can be bowled and knocked out with only a couple tranks. All in all, I would say this is the very best first tame to go for in ARK Survival Ascended, as it is great for everything. It's great for traveling and defending your base, and that's mainly what you need when you start off in ARK. Remember that this video was only just my opinion, and I would love to hear all of your opinions in the comments. But that's been it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one, and have a great day.